What's up, guys? So today I'm going to be doing some fabrication on my daily driver, the Jeep here. I'm going to be trying to fix a tire rubbing issue when I turn at full lock, because as you can see, these tires are way too big. So I'll give you guys a quick background on the Jeep here. Been in it about 2 years. I installed a Rocky Road Outfitters 2.25 inch lift kit on it. I did actually modify it in the rear. So the issue I had was the back seemed a little squatty. So what I did was I added an inch extra to the rear spacer, which just sits on top of the spring. So that brought it up pretty nice so that the wheel gap was about even. So the lift is just those spacers, still running the stock springs. I did replace the shocks with the Bilstein 5100s when I did the lift kit, and it seems to ride really nice with that setup. So here on the front end, all I've done is replace the headlights with some black housing lights. The stock lights have a whole bunch of chrome, which looks really ugly. So I got rid of that, and I actually just tinted the fog light lenses yellow, and I also have yellow bulbs in there too. So up here on top, I built this roof rack. Main reason was to have somewhere to store a bigger spare because it wouldn't fit under the back end anymore. So this is all steel box tubing and steel rod construction. And then I used some pressure treated wood slats that I then stained. And then I used some polycarbonate to make a little wind deflector, help a little bit with aerodynamics with that big 35 up there. So the back end's pretty much stock. The only thing different is I did build a custom exhaust that was 3-inch to dual 3.5-inch tips. As you can see, sounds pretty good. I got rid of all the mufflers and still have the cats, but I mean, it sounds pretty awesome for what it is. So that's the Jeep. Now I'll move on to what I'm going to be working on today. So my issue here is that when I turn my wheel to almost full lock, the tire hits right here behind at the back end of the wheel well. So as you can see, I've actually already hammered the crap out of this with a sledgehammer to move back that pinch weld actually, and I've taken off a good chunk on the front bumper, but even with pounding this back as far as you can, it still hits, and as you can see, then it rubs the paint off and it's starting to rust. So what I want to do is cut that whole area out and actually move it back and then weld in a new piece of sheet metal there, so it's still solid because it is like a unibody construction. So here you can see exactly what I was talking about. I turned the wheel and it's just about to hit that area, and I'm not even close to full lock. So this makes it pretty much impossible to make any sharp turns. So I want to get that fixed so I can actually turn and also maybe fit even bigger tires. So my plan here is going to be cut out all this area and probably create a cardboard template of what I need out of the new sheet metal, and then cut out that sheet metal and just weld it in, and then probably paint it all up. So see how that goes.
Probably helped to cut a V in that pinch again, just like you did up top.
Yeah.
So you get in there,
It's like a pita chopped away there. Yeah. I don't know what the correct way would be to do this. I mean, because you wouldn't want to use a laser.
I was thinking plasma, Dremel. That's kind of what I was thinking.
Plasma Dremel.
No, you wouldn't want to.
You wouldn't want a plasma. Yeah. So probably just a smaller, yeah, like a right angle.
Yeah.
Right angle would be better. Yeah, I kind of feel like everything's like attached in the middle or something. Yeah, like that piece isn't moving much. A little bit, but.
I mean, it's easy enough to cut. You could just cut right down that pinch.
Yeah. I was thinking that. I think I have to. It's yeah, it's completely solid.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So I cut open this pinch weld area, and as you can see, I'm now left with a bunch of different pieces of sheet metal, and these three were all sandwiched together in the pinch weld. So my plan now is to create a cardboard cutout of this whole area, and then what I'm going to do for like these two is drill some holes so I can do like a new spot weld on those faces to kind of tie everything together so I don't lose all of the structural integrity of the pinch weld. Here is the plate I made to fill that pinch weld area. So as you can see, I have 5 holes here, and that is to attach to that sheet metal that was pinched together. So I'm going to be filling that with weld, and then I'm also going to be welding all around the outside. here is the final product, all welded up, and I also put sealant over all the welds and any open spaces to keep water out underneath, and then over the spot welds. Then I did some primer and some pretty high quality paint. So now I'm gonna put the 35 on and put it down and see if I clear.
It's hitting. Or it's just a liner, I can't really tell. Nope. Oh, wait.
It's not even hitting anything, actually. It's very close to the liner.
Yeah.
But it's actually got a half inch.
Is that full lock?
Yeah. So the results are, even with the 35 at full lock, it didn't hit anything. It was pretty close to the fender liner right here, but it had a good half inch before it was hitting the new piece I installed. And then with my 34s now, there's like no problem at all. So I should be totally good to go. And then if I want to put 35s on later, I'll probably just trim up the fender liner a little bit more up there. But yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out.